Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to do a quick update on what's happened with my tank for a while. I've been waiting a little bit too. I'm trying to go slow and do what Bulk Reef Supply recommends, and give it a good 4 months of low or no light, just to give everybody the good beneficial bacteria a chance to populate the whole system. But the reason I'm making this video is that guy's awesome, my clown Goby. He's always staring at you. My clowns are doing good and healthy. One of them looks like it's trying to host on stuff like the heater or a piece of rock. And then my new guy, my geometric pygmy hawkfish. This guy is awesome. His eyes move independently like a chameleon. It's crazy. Like when he sees food, he'll just look behind his head with one eye and then go get it. It's pretty cool. And I have some spots developing on top of my rock. Is that coralline algae? It looks like it. So it must have got introduced from, it must have been on one of the fish from the store that I got them, because I haven't put anything in here like live rock or anything like that. This is all dry rock. Now I did have some live sand. You can see the little mini shells and stuff like that. But I didn't purposely try to put coralline algae in here. Maybe it's just appearing. In the back, I do have a couple Necarious snails. I don't know if you can see their little tubes sticking up, but maybe they brought it. Maybe it was on their shell. I don't know. But the main reason for this video is my Sumpless ATO. And here's the box right here. I just installed it last night, and I did a couple of big rookie mistakes, which I'll try to help you avoid if you're watching this and you're thinking about getting one of these. This box actually has a couple of baffles in there, and it holds a block of media. And you see there's a tiny little pump moving water at the bottom, so it's constantly pulling surface water down through and blowing it out the bottom after it passes through a media block, which is great because it's one of the complaints about not having a sump is that you get kind of a surface film, and it's doing a good job of keeping the water moving and keeping the surface film off. See, the clouds think they're going to eat. These guys are always hungry. My goodness, guys. They're awesome. Now, a couple of things I did wrong. First of all, if you look at the box here, we don't always like to do it, but actually read the directions. That would be my first recommendation. Read the directions, because what I did, I thought I was having a crisis, and I thought it didn't work, and I emailed both Bulk Reef Supply where I got it and XP Aqua that this thing wasn't working. It just constantly pumped water. It was literally overfilling my tank. Now what I did wrong, and please don't judge me on my wires, is on the controller here, I mixed a few of the plugs up. So I had the pump plug here directly plugged into the power cord, and so the pump just ran continuously. And I think the guy from XP Aqua knew what I did, because he emailed me on a Saturday night, by the way. I'm very happy with their customer service. Emailed me right away and said, in a nice way, kind of, hey dummy, check the connections. Maybe you switch the lines. And he was right. That's exactly what I did. So I want to say I'm really impressed right now with XP Aqua's customer service. They got right to me, even on a Saturday night. So again, great job. This right here is a 2-gallon bucket I got at Lowe's, and it's food grade. It was listed as food grade, and it was in the painting section. It's not in the cleaning section or the storage container section. It's in the paint section. And you see my little pumps down there. There's a siphon break here, which I don't really need, but I stuck it on anyway. So right now I probably have about 2 gallons of water of RO. I did test it last night. That's how I knew it was overflowing, and I didn't have it plugged in correctly, and it worked great. So it hasn't triggered yet this morning, and because I've been checking my water levels to see. But what happens is, when it's working, when this little blue ring starts like almost circling around and swooshing around, it looks really cool. So what you can do, and what I might do, is once I clean up this rat's nest of wires, is mount it up here high on the wall, just so when I open the door, it's just right there. And I know if there's an alarm or if there's something going on, that it's going to be okay, and I can just open the door and check. So what you do then is you run your pump, I'm sorry, not your pump, your tubing up the back, and they give you a nice little 90-degree elbow. It doesn't serve a function other than lowering the profile, because before I put that on, the tube kind of went up and over like that, because you don't want it to kink. So this makes it a little easier to hide, and it keeps it lower to the rim, so it doesn't stick out as much. And then you put your tube into this little bracket, holds it in place, and when this goes down enough to actually trigger the sensor to refill, it doesn't fill it up to here, so there's a siphon break. So you don't have to worry about the siphon break in the bottom in this application. The siphon break in the tube is in case you have like your RO system like up here on the wall or higher than the actual tank level, it gives it a siphon break. But for this, just the water level should provide its own siphon break. So I can't really give a judgment on it as to how well it works because I literally just plugged it in, but I like it. And it's something to where I know a lot of people have a sump. I'm trying to avoid it because when I had my old 75-gallon reef tank, I had an overflow and it ruined the carpet, ruined the floor. I had to strip all the carpet off. I had, decided to go for a rustic look and paint the floor. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to have as few pieces of equipment as I can. It's just fewer points of failure. So light fish load, go slow. I just have a basic Aqua Clear filter, a J-Bow wave maker, a nice heater, and now this internal overflow box with the auto top off. Now, I don't know what to do for dosing yet. I don't have any corals, so it doesn't matter. I am using reef crystal salt. I may switch to tropic marin, but I did see a video on Bulk Reef Supply talking about these different salts, and reef crystals really held its own on keeping the levels up. Now, I know, yeah, it makes a little orange film in my bucket. I don't know what that is. I know tropic marin salt dissolves really quick, looks really clean. I may switch to that, I don't know. But if I save money on the salt, maybe I can afford to dose more. And on a 20-gallon high, if I do like a weekly or bi-weekly 3 or 4 gallon water change using reef crystals, do I even need to dose? I don't know. So if anybody actually is watching this video and has any experience, just give me some comments on what you're doing for dosing or what would work the best. I would really appreciate some feedback because I've been out of the hobby for about 10 years and a lot has changed. So again, this is just my update on my tank. I do like, so far, the Sumpless ATO, and I'm really impressed with their customer service. So again, please, if you like this video and you watched it all the way through, please give me a comment on what the best way to dose for my tank is when I start adding corals, or if I even need to, if I'm just doing softies to start. So thanks for watching.